The Xbox Series X launch just got a huge boost, and there is a big leak for a massive Xbox Series X exclusive that might be coming out next year that isn't named Halo. Let's talk about it. What is going on, everybody? It's Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. Hope everyone's enjoying their day. And if you guys could do me a huge favor, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and please share this video out on social media. It means a lot to me. Thank you guys for all the continued support. With only 6 weeks remaining until the launch of the Xbox Series X and Series S, a lot of people are truly getting excited about what the next generation is going to bring. And there's been a ton of Xbox news recently. On Monday, press and influencers got hands-on with the system, and we learned about the backwards compatibility, the loading times, as well as the quick resume. And of course, the week before, Microsoft dropped the bombshell on the entire video game industry by announcing that they have purchased Bethesda. And ever since then, the debate has raged on about whether or not the Bethesda games will be exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem or also released on the PlayStation 5. Well, if you watched my video the other day, you know that I think they will remain exclusive. And this video is going to be talking about one of those huge Bethesda games, namely Starfield, and how there's been a huge leak surrounding it. But first, I want to talk about November 10th, the launch date of both Series X and Series S. I want to talk about some of the launch games and how Microsoft just made it a little bit better. Obviously, there's a big hole with Halo Infinite being delayed to 2021, but kind of taking its place is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. You have games like Dirt 5, Gears Tactics is going to be available, and a lot of these games are going to be in Xbox Game Pass. And Microsoft just announced a huge addition coming to Xbox Game Pass, so when you actually pick up your system, you're going to have so many games available for you to play. So yesterday, Xbox and EA announced that EA Play will be coming this holiday. They say, earlier this month, we've announced that we've teamed up with Electronic Arts to provide Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and PC members an EA Play membership at no additional cost. Today, I'm announcing that starting November 10th, EA Play will be available on Xbox consoles, including the Xbox Series S and Series X, as part of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and beginning in December, members with an Ultimate or PC subscription will be able to download and play games from the EA Play library on Windows 10 PCs. That means we will have a whole new collection of games coming your way on console and PC, and that some of the best EA Play games will also be available for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members to play on Android devices via the cloud. Look, there's absolutely no denying it anymore, but Game Pass is the single greatest deal in all of gaming, perhaps maybe even the greatest thing in gaming, depending on who you talk to. Tomorrow, they are adding one of the best games of this entire year, Doom Eternal, which has been announced to be getting an upgrade for Xbox Series X. When you talk about EA Play, you talk about Madden, FIFA. Those games will be available for you to download the second you bring home your console, but it's more than just Madden and FIFA. You also have all the Battlefield games, and when you dive into backwards compatibility, you have the Mass Effect trilogy, you have the Dead Space trilogy, you have the 2 Mirror's Edge games. They also have a few Need for Speed titles, you have UFC, NHL, and 2 of the best games of this entire generation, Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2. You also have the Star Wars games, Star Wars Battlefront 1 and Star Wars Battlefront 2, and it's been about 1 year since Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is released, and there's a good chance that game will be joining EA Play, and if you're a Game Pass Ultimate member, you can play that game day one on your Xbox Series X. So you take this announcement, combine it with everything that's going to be in Game Pass day one, the games that are going to be upgraded like Forza Horizon 4, Sea of Thieves, Gears 5, and any new announcements that Microsoft have yet to make, and whenever you do pick up your Series X, getting Game Pass Ultimate alongside it is basically a no-brainer. Now personally, I played all the EA games that I've wanted to. I love Battlefield, I love Titanfall, so I personally won't be using it that much, but you can't deny the value within the subscription of Game Pass Ultimate. Microsoft also released this image called "You Are the Center of Gaming" that perfectly encapsulates Microsoft and Xbox's entire philosophy about the brand that I've been trying to explain to people for the past 2 years. You can see this image is basically held together by Game Pass. They say play over 100 games with your friends, including all Xbox Game Studio games on day one, and enjoy exclusive member perks. You have the One S and Series S on the right-hand side, which is next-gen performance at an affordable price. On the left-hand side, you have the One X and the Series X, the most powerful, fastest console ever built. But then you have your mobile devices at the top. Play anywhere with cloud gaming on mobile. Game anytime, anywhere, with anyone. And then of course you have your PC where it says play on PC and customize your experience. So whenever you're Phil Spencer or anybody at Xbox talk about you're the center of gaming and they want you to play on whatever device you own, this is what they're referring to. They're not referring to you playing games on the PlayStation 5. This is why I always chuckle and laugh at people that realistically think Microsoft spent $7.5 billion to buy Bethesda only to put their games on PlayStation and use Phil Spencer's quotes about, oh, how he wants to break down barriers and let you play on any device. The problem is those people don't actually pay attention to what he truly means. And this picture perfectly encapsulates what Phil Spencer has been talking about these past couple years. Now, one of those Bethesda exclusives that might be launching next year is Starfield. And once again, Microsoft has mentioned it again. So on the day that Microsoft purchased Bethesda, they made sure to point out that Starfield would be coming to PC, Game Pass, and Xbox. And a week later, they're talking about it once again, stressing how important and big that game is going to be. They say, bring in Bethesda games to Xbox Game Pass. As we shared, Bethesda were early supporters of Xbox Game Pass, and we will be adding Bethesda's iconic franchises to Game Pass for console and PC. One of the things that has me most excited is seeing the roadmap with Bethesda's future games coming to Xbox console and PC, including Starfield, the highly anticipated new space epic currently in development by Bethesda Game Studios, and Doom Eternal, which is coming to Xbox Game Pass on October 1st and PC later in 2020. This is the second time they've mentioned Starfield in 2 weeks. It's going to be an absolutely massive game, and I think there's a chance it actually launches in 2021. I say that because a couple of days ago, a leaker posted some images of a game that they say is Starfield, and I'm going to throw those images up on screen here. It does look like a Bethesda game. It definitely has that third-person aspect. It certainly seems like a more grounded, realistic sci-fi game, and I can't wait to see what the final product looks like. Now, the leaker says that these screenshots were from a build in 2018, so obviously the game's going to look much better, but he also said that the game is currently scheduled to release in 2021. Now, Bethesda announced Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 in 2018, and I find it interesting that every time Microsoft talks about Bethesda and their games, they only really mention Starfield. Elder Scrolls is one of the biggest franchises in the world, and you would think if it was coming anytime soon, they would be talking about it, which says to me Elder Scrolls 6 is years away, and Starfield is much closer because they've mentioned it twice now in 2 weeks. Now, if that's true, 2021 is going to be a big year for Xbox. We already know Halo Infinite has been delayed to 2021, and I think it'll be out sometime in May, definitely before the fiscal year is over. And then Starfield could be that huge November release. And keep in mind, it's all about Game Pass now for Xbox. They're gonna get a ton of users into Game Pass with Halo Infinite whenever that releases. And then you release this huge space RPG epic from Todd Howard and company in November that is certainly going to drive Game Pass subscriptions through the roof. So EA Play joining Game Pass on November 10th and Starfield potentially launching in 2021. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, share it out on social media, or tell a friend about the channel. Hit that notification bell if you want to be notified right away whenever I drop a video like this. If you want to take your support for the channel even further, make sure you hit the join button where you get access to channel badges and emotes for the Xbox 2 podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you that take the time out of your day to do so, and I'll see everyone in the next video. Later, guys.